God of grace, breath is our first prayer, and we take a moment to pause, to breathe, to shake out any nerves, and to be present to this experience. Filled with gratitude and anticipation, we celebrate a milestone in the lives of these beloved graduates. In these sacred moments and rituals, we honor and acknowledge the unique journeys that have led each graduate to this day, the result of hard work, courage, curiosity, resilience, and endurance. We give thanks for all who have been part of their learning: families, teachers, classmates, advisors, coaches, mentors, and friends. We also give thanks for all those who have gone before, ancestors on whose shoulders we stand as individuals and as community. May this ceremony be a time of inspiration, reflection, and celebration as we honor the past, embrace the present, and move into the future with courage and hope. Amen.
You may be seated. Well, good morning, honored guests, faculty and staff, and the class of 2024. Welcome to the 2024 Commencement Ceremony of Pacific Lutheran University's College of Natural Sciences. I'm Dr. Joanna Gregson, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. In a moment, we'll hear greetings from our university president, but first, I would like to introduce the people sitting up here on stage. And I'll ask each of my colleagues to give a short wave so you can see where they are, and I'll ask you to hold your applause, which I know will be enthusiastic, until I've introduced everybody. We begin with the Reverend Jen Rood, University Pastor, Ann Aumann, Dean of the College of Natural Sciences and Professor of Biology, Patricia Dolan, Resident Assistant Professor of Biology and today's commencement speaker, Aku Dobe, member of the class of 2024 and today's first student commencement speaker, Elijah Paez, member of the class of 2024 and today's second student commencement speaker, Matt Smith, Chair and Associate Professor of Biology, Neil Yakelis, Professor of Chemistry, Lori Murphy, Chair and Professor of Computer Science, Mike Behrens, Director of Environmental Studies and Professor of Biology, Alex Leckler, Chair and Associate Professor of Earth Science and Geoscience, Ksenia Simic-Muller, Chair and Professor of Mathematics, Brett Underwood, Chair and Professor of Physics, Tiffany Artime, Chair and Associate Professor of Psychology, Joanna Royce Davis, Vice President for Student Life, Alan Belton, the President of Pacific Lutheran University, and Mike Halverson, University Marshal and Professor of History. And now I ask you to welcome Alan Belton, PLU's President, as he brings greetings.
To begin, we respectfully acknowledge that as we convene today, we do so on the ancestral lands of the Puyallup, Nisqually, Steilacoom, and Squaxin Island peoples. We pay respect to the first peoples who gathered here, to elders past and present, and to all indigenous peoples of the region, and thank them for generations of stewardship of our natural resources. Graduates, all of us here, your family and friends, PLU faculty and staff, the PLU Board of Regents, and our honored guests join in congratulating you on achieving your bachelor's degrees. But today is not just a celebration of academic achievement. It is also a testament to your determination, your adaptability, and your unyielding spirit in the face of challenge. The path to graduation is not always smooth or straightforward. For some of you, it may have been a journey fraught with obstacles and challenges that tested your resilience, your determination, and your unwavering commitment to achieving your goals. Those challenges may have been academic in nature, as you grappled with demanding coursework, navigated complex concepts, and pushed yourselves to excel in the classroom, studio, or lab. For others, the challenges may have been personal, as you juggled the demands of family responsibilities or health issues while pursuing your education. And of course, must we never forget the unique challenge posed by a global pandemic, which disrupted our lives in ways we could never have imagined. For many of you, your path to degree completion included moments of uncertainty, isolation, and even loss, as you adapted to remote learning, navigated the complexities of virtual classrooms, and grappled with the profound impact of a world forever changed by COVID-19. The pandemic was especially impactful for a significant portion of this year's graduating bachelor's degree students. Those of you who missed your high school graduation, as well as other events traditionally associated with the completion of high school, from senior prom to senior breakfast. Not to mention missing a conventional start to your college experience. I know those losses were deeply felt, which makes today's ceremony even more poignant and meaningful. If you were part of the high school graduating class of 2020, will you please raise your hand so that we can recognize you and show you just how proud we are of you? For all the members of the graduating class, I want to take a moment to thank you and recognize your accomplishments and the indelible and positive impact you have left on the PLU community. You are the embodiment of PLU's mission-inspired commitment to thoughtful inquiry, service, leadership, and care. Our class of 2024, this amazing class in front of me, includes graduates from 50 academic programs, with 10% of our undergraduates completing 2 or more majors. Has an average GPA of 3.56. Includes nearly 200 or 30% of students who will be the first in their family to graduate from college. And 177 who are military affiliated or veteran students. In the College of Natural Sciences specifically, 31% of you studied away, and a whopping 50% are graduating with honors today. These, woo! They do appreciate that. It also helps that I am a self-proclaimed math and science geek, and you happen to be my favorite college. Just don't tell the other colleges. He's a history professor. These students' academic journeys reflect our commitment to global education, the academic rigor our faculty bring to their classes, and the liberal arts tradition of educating students for both depth and breadth of understanding the world around them and their place within it. As we celebrate the graduation of this class, we also honor your accomplishments and recognize the mark that you have left on PLU. Thank you for learning with us, for challenging us to think in new and different ways, and your commitment to making the world a better place for those of us who are here today and those who will come after. Congratulations to each and every one of you. We've learned a lot moving back to campus, and this is our 3rd ceremony. So in the spirit of Lutz-centering community, we ask that our friends and families remain seated for the duration of the ceremony and closely follow the instructions for the recession out of the gym at the end of the ceremony. Thanks.
Today, we'd like to take a moment to celebrate the full range of activities and achievements of our natural sciences graduates. As I read each of the following, please stand as you are able to be recognized if it applies to your time at PLU, and then be seated as I begin to read the next one. I ask that the audience hold their applause until the end. To begin, please stand if you have participated in undergraduate research at PLU, off campus, or have completed an internship during your time at PLU. You have presented or participated in a professional meeting or competition, either externally or internally at PLU. You have worked for a program in the College of Natural Sciences as a tutor, a teaching assistant, a stockroom worker, a grader, or any other type of student worker. You have studied away during your time at PLU. You have competed as a student athlete on behalf of PLU. You have participated at PLU as a musician, theater or dance performer, or artist. You have participated in a student club at PLU. You are the first in your family to graduate from college. You are a DJS Fellow or a Riki Scholar. You are a member of an honor society. And finally, you are a STEM scholar, a senior STEM scholar, or a CS STEM scholar. Congratulations on your many varying achievements during your time here at PLU. We are so proud of what you have both accomplished and contributed to our campus community. Let's give all of these students a round of applause. Our student commencement speakers were selected through a nomination and application process and were asked to share reflections on behalf of the graduating class. Today, we will hear from two student speakers. First, Aku Dobe, a candidate for the bachelor's degree in biology, is deeply committed to fostering community at PLU. Through roles in ASPLU, the Black Student Union, and as a Lute Guide and International Student Orientation Assistant, Aku has been instrumental in helping new students navigate their transition to college and find belonging on campus. As the founder and president of the African Student Association, Aku cultivated meaningful connections and built a vibrant community at PLU. Recently, she participated in PLU's Spring Sounds of Solidarity, where students came together to discuss the relationships between diversity, justice, and sustainability. She has also worked for PLU's biology department as a student worker. As Aku graduates, she plans to attend medical school. Please welcome Aku Dobe.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Whenever people think of this poem by Robert Frost, they think of it as a message to choose the more difficult road. But instead, I think it is a sign for us to choose a path that will leave us with no regrets. Welcome, fellow graduates, faculty, staff, families, and guests. Good morning. I am Aku Dobe, a soon-to-be biology graduate. Life has been so much about where it is that we choose to go, and some say that the most important part is the journey, which revolves around the choices we make. Later on in the poem by Frost, he explains how both paths are fairly similar. The only difference was how we, as travelers, feel about our journey. We all have different beginnings, but the end of our chapters can overlap, except for a few minor details. Our own individual experiences and perspectives influence the paths we take. Hopefully, from our shared experience here at PLU, we can stand at the intersection, happy about the turns we've taken, the turns we will continue to make, and the roadblocks we will continue to maneuver around. We will all go through a time when we may feel like going back and taking a step in the other direction. Our regret can prevent us from seeing the positives. The more we ponder about what if, the more we restrict ourselves from asking what now. Our mindset in itself is a choice that can either allow us to flourish or fail. I want to end this by saying that we are not perfect. We will make mistakes, and trip up on a rock or two along the way. We can only hope that as we look back, we gain a sense of pride in how we've grown and developed and that we've improved ourselves. I, for one, can definitely say that my journey has not been an easy one, nor has it been a straight one, sometimes never knowing when there might be a bend in the corner, around the corner. But if you were to ask me if I were to do it all again, I would say yes every single time, because it has shaped me into the person I am today. If there is one thing I want to leave you guys with, it is that you should embrace all the choices you have made up to now and give yourself some credit, as it has enabled you to walk today, and I hope you will continue to shape a future where you can live without regret. I took the path less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Aku, for sharing your thoughts with us today. Next, we will hear from Elijah Paez, who is a candidate for a bachelor's degree in mathematics and environmental studies. Elijah has consistently excelled throughout his academic journey at PLU. During his 4 years as a presidential scholar, STEM scholar, Riki scholar, and international honors program student, he has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to academic excellence. Passionate about PLU's mission of care, Elijah has served his community as an ASPLU Senator, Wild Hope Fellow, Peace Scholar, and Community Outreach Intern with the Tacoma Tree Foundation. Additionally, he founded the Birders of PLU Club, embodying his dedication to animal awareness and welfare. As Elijah graduates from PLU, he remains committed to fostering justice and care in our multi-species world. Please welcome Elijah Paez.
Hi, everyone. Whenever you have a moment to spare, I encourage you to visit a high-traffic area, find some pigeons, and count their toes. For reference, most city pigeons have 4 pink toes on each foot, 3 in the front and 1 in the back, kind of like that. That being said, you will, the attentive toe counters you are, find birds with fewer than the expected 4 digits on each foot. It could be that an entire foot's missing. I appreciate this exercise because it's an invitation for intentional world making, to recognize the bodily diversity of a seemingly homogeneous species, to ask what about pigeons in urban environments facilitate these toe discrepancies, and to acknowledge our situatedness in the limits of our explanations. I've spent a lot of time with pigeons in the last few years. During my second year at PLU, I had the opportunity to study animal ethics in Oxford and London, both of which are international hubs for animal activist groups. I was curious about the intellectual frameworks that activists used, and over the course of my research, I grew increasingly concerned about advocacy that weaponized a sense of universal progress, the idea that our worlds are moving in a predestined direction where our gritty everyday experiences are just stepping stones in service of some inevitability. These frameworks are self-certain. Those who subscribe to them believe that they already know the answers and that their task is simply making everyone else know. It happens on all sides of the animal question, and in this case, I identified how scientific authority was being used as a moral bludgeon. These are people who are rightfully challenging the privileged position of humans among our fellow animals, but these universalist frameworks cause a lot of the same imaginative constraints as the systems we need to move away from, making us oblivious to the calls of others. While I was taking all this in, I watched pigeons weave between legs and protest signs, and I reflected on how the worlds constructed by the birds were perpetually reshaped by their distracted human cohabitants. Often, the pigeons weren't there for food or anything like that. They threw themselves into the mix because they were curious. Birdwatching goes both ways, an accommodation we often take for granted. Our worlds are entangled and inconsistent, so our flourishing lies in sustained dialogue with all of our worldly companions. At PLU, we've constantly been asked to imbue our work with weighty terms like service, vocation, diversity, justice, sustainability. I believe that our task, really, is about muddying how we think about those promises. To these promises, we must ask, who is seen as subjects of justice in our shared worlds? How are entities recognized under hegemonic and insurgent frameworks? How can we, with humility and respect for difference, trouble these understandings by being attentive to the specific calls of others? And these are promises, not some final state of affairs, meaning that we are bound to persistently care for the flourishing of the creatures and communities we love. As we confront our cultural and climate urgencies, living in shared company means we can't rely on external forces to solve our problems. Appeals towards the myths of progress, providence, any supposed laws of history, or singular capital S science will only debilitate our efforts. Living in shared company means turning towards our relationships and our communities, focusing on the reciprocal actions that generate and shape accountability to and for each other, and compose how to inhabit these worlds well. Just by being present, everyone calls upon each other. Our lives must be made, and are made, in the presence of all those who bear their consequences, be they inner impulses, human colleagues, or urban birds. Emily Dickinson said that hope is the thing with feathers, but I think hope too often defers responsibility and curiosity to the future instead of the here and now. The things with feathers and toes are attentive, indefinite, and curious. Reflect these promises in your engagement. Make them count. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Elijah, for sharing your thoughts with us today. At commencement, it is PLU's tradition to extend special recognition to our retiring faculty. This year, one of our faculty colleagues from the College of Natural Sciences has elected to enter retirement. Patricia Dolan, will you please stand? Dr. Dolan is a resident assistant professor of biology. We would like to recognize her years of dedicated teaching, scholarship, and service to this university and to her professional communities. To Dr. Dolan, I speak on behalf of your students and colleagues by saying, we will miss you, and you have made PLU a better place for generations to come. For all you have done, we say thank you. And now, we are especially honored to introduce Dr. Dolan as our 2024 College of Natural Sciences commencement speaker. Dr. Patricia Dolan holds a PhD in biology from Kent State University and has been teaching at PLU since 1994. Known for her impactful teaching and mentorship and treats from her legendary candy stash, she has touched the lives of countless students with encouragement and support, as can be seen in the words of those who nominated her to give today's address. One student wrote, "She always has great stories and likes to be involved in students' lives, not just what happens in the classroom." Another wrote, "Dr. Dolan has helped mentor and shape the educational journeys of many of us natural sciences majors. She has single-handedly changed my outlook on life and biology." Please join me in welcoming Dr. Dolan to the podium to share her reflections with the graduating class.
Thank you. A little over a month ago, the Dean of the College of Natural Sciences, who you just met, Dr. Ann Aumann, stopped by my office and asked me if I would be willing to say a few words as the faculty speaker at the College of Natural Sciences commencement ceremony. I said yes immediately because I could not imagine a more fitting way to end my career at PLU than to be able to express a heartfelt sentiment to all of the students who are currently embarking, just as I am embarking, on a new chapter in their lives. But immediately after Dr. Aumann left my office, I was faced with this thought: what the heck am I going to say that is worthy of a send-off message? This thought has been in the back of my mind for the past few weeks, and I think in the end, I will share just 3 things with you, partly because 3 is my lucky number, but mainly because I wish I had understood that these 3 things were true when I was at the undergraduate stage of my life. How apropos that it was actually my interactions with numerous PLU students over the years that cemented these 3 beliefs with me. So thank you, PLU students. The first truth that I will share with you is that your dreams are just that, your dreams. Family and friends are important influences in your life, but in the end, you cannot live your life according to someone else's plan for you. You must decide for yourself what will fulfill you, what it is that you love, and what it is that will make you happy. One of my favorite take-home messages from the Life is Good line of t-shirts is, do what you love, because then you will always love what you do. The second truth I would like to share with you is that it is never too late. If something is important to you, there is always a way to achieve the end goal. Do not be afraid to change the direction of your chosen path based on newly acquired desires and beliefs. Do not fall back on the, oh, I wish I had known earlier because I could have done something excuse. Always be willing to use the knowledge and experience that you have gained through your undergraduate years at PLU to empower your next steps. In the end, a lifelong learner will always find a way to be on time. The last truth I would like to share with you is probably the most important of the 3. And this truth is simply that family always comes first. And by family, I include not only those individuals you share DNA with, but those individuals you share life experience with. I truly believe that personal relationships are the backbone of a life well lived. Throughout my teaching career, but especially in the last 15 years, I have always tried to accommodate any student requests that involved a family commitment of some sort. Whether that commitment was a joyous celebration, an unexpected daycare obligation, or needing to provide a ride to a medical appointment. I know that a student can usually find a way to make up missed coursework, but a missed family interaction is a missed chance to feel real connection to those who matter most to us. I believe that the connection to those who matter most to us is what fuels everything else we do in life. If you have ever had me as an instructor, you know well that I have always loved a good acronym to teach physiologic concepts. So it seems only fitting that I leave all of you today with one final acronym. It is my hope for all of you graduating today that you leave PLU fit for the next chapter in your life. The F stands for family comes first. The I for integrity is everything. And the T stands for trust in yourself. I would like to end my podium time by letting all of the students in this room here today know that I have looked forward to coming to PLU each morning of the 25 years that I have taught at PLU. The absolute best part of my job was interacting with so many energetic and kind undergraduates. These interactions have kept me fulfilled, hopeful for the future, and yes, just plain happy. Thank you all.
I'm flipping through my binder here to get on the right page, but I'm also giving myself a moment because I feel really overwhelmed by our colleagues' words. Will you join me again in thanking Patty for her words today? Thank you, Patty, for your words of wisdom and for your years of educating all of us. Thank you. I'd like to ask the president now to come to the podium because we now turn to the conferral of degrees. Candidates for all bachelor's degrees, please stand as you are able. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Pacific Lutheran University, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates who have been approved for their respective bachelor's degrees.
Thank you, Provost Gregson. By virtue of the charter granted by the state of Washington and on the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority committed to me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the respective bachelor degree for which you are now presented.
Bachelor's candidates, please move your tassels on your caps to the left side. And you may be seated. Except some of you who are now following the marshals. All degree candidates are requested to come forward as directed by the marshals. For those of you in the audience, as we prepare the students to walk across the stage, please look in your programs for our graduates' names. The complete list of students from all 4 colleges and their degrees begins on page 7 of the program. And I have 2 housekeeping notes before we begin this important element of our ceremony. First, the university has hired photographers to capture professional images of each graduate as they cross the stage. You are, of course, welcome to capture your own photos or videos from your seats. However, we ask that you please remain seated as you do so as not to obstruct the view of others. Graduates will soon receive an email to their PLU email account that includes information about how to view and or purchase these photos. And second, in order to ensure that all of our graduates have meaningful experience, the experience they deserve, we ask that our audience members remain seated through the recessional at the conclusion of our ceremony. And now we begin with bachelor's degree candidates in biology. Dr. Matt Smith, please come forward to begin the reading of the names.
The following students have earned bachelor's degrees in biology. Ash Bechtel Chavaria. Mackenzie Chan Orcutt. Sydney Chan Orcutt. Michaela Yasuko Kavola Chun. Cecilia Mercedes Coca Aitken. Kaylee Ann Sanchez Collado. Jessica Morgan Crespo. Corinne Nicole Dom. Justin Alexander Del Cid. Aku Nesty Sharon Dogby. Brianna Ione Downs. Tova Paulina Edling. Stephanie Arazo. Jose Granados Zuniga. Shakaya Blue Grodes. Courtney Grace Hedrick. Grant Matthew Cadlick. Sujin S. Kim. Jessica Aaron Lee. Grace Wanjuka Macharia. Adriana Tyasia McCrae. Margaret Ann Murdoch. Samantha Lynn Nelson. Austin Thomas Palmer. Sloan Noel Pruitt. Sakayla Rosalie Rice. Eliza May Aldefonso Saranya. Kayla Rose Terlecki. Juliana Bernice Arbano Alamilla. Micaiah K. Warren. Sarah Lois Weifel. Mackenzie Leanne Williamson. Delaney Zuniga. We continue with bachelor degree candidates in chemistry. Dr. Neil Yaklis, please come forward to begin the reading of the names.
Okay, we begin with Audrey Margaret Borlos. Fanny Del Toro. Vincenzo Micola D'Onofrio. Brady Isaac Gray. Aiden R. Hobson. Abigail Rose Mebin. Sean M. Mejia. Angela Elizabeth Rodriguez Hinojosa. Rebecca Charlene Smith. Tyler Justin Wu. Quentin William Young. We continue with bachelor's degree candidates in computer science. Professor Lori Murphy, please come forward to begin reading the names.
Now we will honor the bachelor's degree candidates in computer science. The following students have earned bachelor's degrees in computer science: Duffy Caroline Anderson. Anaya Burgundy Arboin. Lisbeth Jasmine Arias de Jesus. Kama Ekuhai Nani Emilien Delud. Beck Ian Fabian. Stuart Allen Gavidia. Eric David Goldie. Lucius Dana Holzinger. Camden Hunt. Cassandra Laurie Mibo. Jonah Hans Mulcrone. Mary Sung Win. Angelo Domingo Ramos. Joshua Miguel Palatao Sia. Cole Jerome Stewart. Kevin R. Thompson. Seth Ferensky. Now we honor the bachelor's degree candidates in environmental studies. Dr. Michael Behrens, please come forward to begin reading the reading of the names.
The following students have earned bachelor's degrees in environmental studies: Kirsten Marie Iverson, Taylor Nicole Pasquale, we continue with bachelor's degrees bachelor's degrees candidates in geosciences. Dr. Alex Leckler, please come forward to begin reading the names.
The following students have earned bachelor's degrees in geosciences: Maria E. Cools, Jackson Ray Helt, Iris Vianney Hernandez, Elena Marinette Oliver, Samantha Michelle Seabury, we continue with bachelor's degree candidates in mathematics. Dr. Ksenia Simic-Muller, please come forward to begin reading the names.
The following students have earned bachelor's degrees in mathematics, applied mathematics, and mathematics education: Megan F. Bonafilia, Lindsay May Clark, Mackenzie Elizabeth Mueller, Elijah Noel Wright Paz. Kirill Y. Perfiliev. Eva Nicole Ruder-Krona. Jacob Edward Roberts. Quinlan Tyler Schick. We continue with Bachelor. Oh, sorry. She's also a physics major. Leanna Irene Zilski. We now continue with bachelor's degree candidates in physics. Dr. Brett Underwood, please come forward to begin the reading of the names.
The following students have earned bachelor's degrees in physics and applied physics. Cody On. Julian Victor Kopp. Jessica Lynette Ordaz. Colton Schmidt. Ryan Francis Strachey. Finally, we continue with bachelor's degree candidates in psychology. Dr. Tiffany Artime, please come forward to begin the reading of names.
The following students have earned a bachelor's degree in psychology. McKenna Lynn Bradbury. Hazel Elaine Hernandez Buzick. Brianna Lynn Raynon. Raylyn Reggie Clyburn. Logan Andrew Denon. Lorelei Grace Eddy. Elizabeth Hope Kamke. Amberly Jane Lunsford. Rory Audrey Marie Millward. Carol Ann Josephine Moore. Harley Elizabeth Newman. Sonika Nigam. Aislinn Kristana Nyan. Jocelyn Elise Nussbaum. Alan Martin Oakley. Isabel Jordan Phillips. Yulia Andre Chernovka. Susanna Joy Spar. Katya Natalia Teese. Ariana Camille Tienko. Nicole Marie Unsworth. Cynthia Ree Waite.
Congratulations, graduates. Audience, please join me in one more round of applause. Family and friends, I'm going to give you some special instructions now as we near the conclusion of our ceremony. We will soon be exiting the building the same way you entered. To honor our students and keep the focus on them, we ask that you remain seated until the platform party, then the faculty, and finally, our graduates exit the building. As you leave the building, please turn left and walk toward Foss Field, where you can reunite with your graduate. We kindly ask that you do not pause in the lobby or in the covered portico area, that you walk directly to Foss Field. This will allow everyone to exit the building in a timely fashion without bottlenecking in the entrance. All graduates from the College of Natural Sciences, you and your guests are invited to a celebration immediately following this ceremony in the Olson Gym Fieldhouse, which is down the hall to the right as you exit the internal doors of the Olson Gym. I now ask President Belton to deliver closing comments.
Getting close, I promise. Lutz, graduates, you have set your sights directly on the future, and you all, I am certain, will settle for nothing less than pursuing your dreams to the fullest and serving the greater good. So at this moment, our collective expectation of you is simple. Celebrate. Celebrate what you have achieved. Celebrate the friendships that you have made at PLU. Celebrate this milestone. Celebrate being a PLU alumni. Most importantly, celebrate the special people in your life for whom you are thankful. Your family and friends who have provided praise, encouragement, and support, and who have believed and trusted us with your care. PLU graduates, I ask that you please rise as you are able and thank your family, friends, and supporters. Fantastic. All right. Graduates, as you head out into the world, I hope you will choose the path less traveled and perhaps count a few pigeon toes along the way. And now I ask everyone to rise as you are able for the closing prayer and benediction from Pastor Ruth.
Graduates, supporters, faculty, staff, loved ones, as we conclude this commencement ceremony, receive this blessing. May God bless you with wisdom to keep learning, to stay curious, to imagine possibilities, and to always ask those tough questions. May God bless you with courage, rooted in bold humility, so that you may listen well, speak truth authentically, and care deeply. May God bless you with a spirit of service, so that you may find meaning and purpose in the interconnected web that is strengthened by each member and is transformed by the collective into a powerful force of love. May God bless you with anger at hatred, injustice, and oppression, so that fueled by love, your life might embody wholeness and foster liberation. May God bless you with leadership, so that you may know that leading sometimes means following, being quiet while listening deeply, and sharing power for the good of the whole. May God bless you with fierce hope, so that even in despair and heartbreak, you may trust that the fire in your heart endures and that the world still needs your spark. In and through all things, on this day and all of your days, may God fill each of you with renewing grace and radiant love. Amen.